I'm working on some texturing technique on these floating shelves with a big support piece made out of white oak. And sometimes when I make mantles or built-in shelves around a fireplace, people are looking for that rustic look. They want like the natural weathered look, but they don't want like gray, or they don't want it to be like falling apart and flaking off. So the way I do it is I build my pieces all the way to where I'm ready to sand, and then I will spray them down with water, just kind of pop the grains a bit. And then what I do is take this big wire wheel here. I started off with one of those like refinishers. It just didn't have enough power on the motor. But this big deal from, I think this is a Hercules thing from, Harbor Freight. But it's just got this big brass, I think they're brass, fine wire wheel bristles. They're really tough. And what it does is it runs along the whole grain and removes all the sapwood or the lighter stuff from the hardwood and leaves behind the stuff that wouldn't be affected by the sun if it was sitting outside. So yeah, let me show you the difference here quick. So here you have one that I've done. It's very subtle difference, but you can see that it's got this nice texture to it as opposed to straight off the planer, nice and smooth, which is also a good look, but for white oak, it gives it a little more dark appearance. I think it actually makes it a little less orange. You can kind of see here as I back up. So it kind of takes that orange tint out of the wood, but you can see the difference right up to the edge. I do it on the corners, make it look a little more rustic, like it's been weathered. You can see here there's some natural, this is kind of mimicking the natural where the bark kind of attaches to the tree. It's a nice way to add that texture, but you can still have a flat surface. This gives it a nice feel, nice look, looks weathered. So try it out on your next one.